What's up, Pathways Church? Welcome to today's Daily Dose. I'm your worship pastor, Nathan Purifoy, and this week we're talking about children's Bible stories. Of course, we know that these Bible stories aren't just for children, they're for us as well. And it's to teach us the nature of God, to teach us the things that have happened in His kingdom for years and years and years, to see the history of what God has done with His people. Today, we're talking about Jonah and the whale. Now, some people say it wasn't a whale, it's just a big fish. But for the sake of this story, we're just going to call it a whale, okay? We're going to simplify a little bit. If you read the book of Jonah, chapters 1 through 4 tells you this story of Jonah and the whale. Jonah is a prophet, and he's told one day to go to Nineveh and to tell them about God. And to tell them, because of their wicked ways, that they need to turn from their ways and turn to God. Otherwise, in 40 days, they'll be killed, all of them. Jonah does not like Nineveh. Nineveh is always at odds with Jonah's people. So Jonah doesn't even want to tell them about God. He doesn't want to tell them about the grace and the mercy and the forgiveness that's available to them. Instead, he gets angry and he goes the opposite direction. He gets on a boat chartered to Tarshish, which is in the complete opposite direction from Nineveh. What's crazy is while on this boat trip in the wrong direction, going to the wrong place, there's this huge storm that comes across the boat. And this storm is so out of the ordinary, so crazy, so massive that the sailors on the ship determined this storm must have been sent by God. And it must have been sent by God to judge somebody on this boat. So they decide Jonah is the perpetrator. He's the one that's running from God. He's the reason that there's this storm. So they throw Jonah overboard. As soon as Jonah is off the boat, the storm stops. Imagine that. Imagine being thrown in the water and then the storm quits. Sitting there in still waters while the boat is right beside you. But before they could even get him out, before they could come up with a rescue plan to figure out how to get them back on board, a big fish, a whale, as we'll call it during this story, comes and swallows Jonah. Jonah survives being eaten by this whale, lives in the belly of the whale for 3 days while God deals with his heart. And he repents. And after 3 days, this whale drops him off and spits him out on the shores of Nineveh, where he goes and tells God's message to the Ninevites, tells them about the mercy and the grace and the forgiveness that's waiting for them if they'll just turn from their wicked ways and worship God. And Nineveh does. They turn from their wickedness and they worship God. And God spares them. Jonah is still upset, and God deals with Jonah's heart. God tells him, while you're worried about your comfort and you're worried about your hard relationship with the Ninevites, I'm worried about the hearts of the 120,000 Ninevites. So God teaches Jonah how to soften his heart and to see the world the way he sees it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you tomorrow with another Bible story.